please ignore this stain. I showered, and then instead of getting ready and, wearing clothes, I sat on the couch for I don't know how long and wet the couch with my hair. I am very excited about a thing that I discovered a couple of days ago. I discovered it, I ordered it, and then I used it for now 3 days, and I want to talk about it. That thing are ear defenders or ear protection. Ear defenders are the things that I always thought construction workers wear because they are around loud things and they need to protect their ears. So they have these huge things on that protect their ears, and that's all there really is to it. And I used to actually walk by construction workers and be like, that thing, I need that thing. But why do I need that thing? Let me get into that real quick. I am very sensitive to noise. This could be loud sounds, of course, I hate those, but it's also just sounds, noises I hear. I used to think that everybody heard that stuff and either just didn't care or wasn't as weak, basically, because I just thought, like, why am I so bothered by this? Now, for example, okay, things like the very deep sound that certain cars make when they start the engine, or I don't know why that is, but like the doors of sorry, wow, hello voice. The doors of public transport, of the tram, the closing moment is the best way I can describe it is sounds can feel very invasive. Like it feels like they're in your personal space and they're kind of hitting you or like slapping you. They don't have to be necessarily super loud. It doesn't have to be a noise where other people maybe would react. But like things like that, or the things dishes make when they are being made, do the dishes being done. The whole do make situation in English, I don't like it. But anyway, so certain clacky sounds like that. But then, and I think that's the worst one, because all of the above, like I can explain to people, hey, this is loud, like, okay, But then there's things like electricity. And I swear, I'm so grateful that I discovered that Twitter side, like that side of that corner of Twitter where people with ADHD and autism and I don't know, just audio sensory sensitivity and talk about these things, because I started to think that I am imagining these things. So because I sometimes will hear electricity, I don't know how else to say that. On one hand, it's things where just lamps, if the light bulb isn't screwed in correctly, it makes a certain sound. I'm very much convinced that all people hear that, just not everybody. A brain is supposed to filter that out, because it's not important information. Thank you very much. My brain don't filter out nothing. It just be like, hey, I got some information for you. So there's that. And that's annoying, and I can't just tune it out. I can't just don't focus on it. It's here now, and it's either me or the sound. So that's a problem. Then also sometimes I feel like I can hear, I don't know, just things that are plugged in. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know why things would make noise, but I hear it, and it's a particular noise. It's not the noise you actually hear a fridge make, which is also annoying, don't get me wrong, but that's not what I mean. I mean other noises. Wow, I'm in confusion. Okay. So what I mean is things where you can almost, sometimes it's not even hearing, it's feeling a sound. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. For example, if our next door neighbor starts watching TV, or if it's just I hear that, not because I hear the voices in the TV, it's I can feel it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it other than this, which isn't an explanation at all, just a description. Be exact, please. And in daily life, some of these things are just annoying and in your way, because it does physically feel like they're in your way. These sounds are in my personal space and I need them not to be. It's just they're too close, and I'm still a person that just lives a life, so I can't avoid all these sounds and noises. And it's also I don't react the same way to them all the time. I feel like I can hear them all the time, and again, I don't think my hearing is that much better than everybody else's. I just feel if your brain is like my brain, then it doesn't filter things out as well as it should, and it doesn't notice that this type of information isn't important to us. Goodbye information. Instead, it's new information, that's exciting. I just feel weird having, never mind. What did I say? What I do to survive life? And because when I say that the sounds are invasive, it's just physically it can be exhausting. It just feels like a little slap each time. You're flinching and you're reacting physically to sounds. And I mean, there are gonna be sounds. I live in a city. Cars are a thing. Public transport. I go to a big university. People are there. People walk on floors and make this deep, almost bass-y sound. And it's just like, why are you walking? But of course I know that I can't stop people from walking. Neither should I want to. But instead, I wanted to find a way how to just, do my life and also not constantly be pissed off at others. So I started wearing earplugs, just the things you put in your ear. They really do help me, and I like them because you just have them with you in your purse, and they're light, and you just put them in your ear. There's a couple of practical problems. First off, I just keep losing them. I mean, they're small little things. I have a cat. Girl, I don't know where they go. I have bought so many of them at this point, I don't know where they are. And then also I know that a lot of people who might also have sensory issues like this, I don't know if that's the right description, they don't like the feeling of having the earplugs in your ear, and I understand that. Usually it's fine for me, but sometimes, again, with the invasiveness, something is in your ear, and I get if that's like uncomfortable and unwearable for people. That's why that might not be a solution. Then I also have noise cancelling headphones. Wait, they're here. So I got them from one of my best friends because she didn't use them, and I was like and they're just like headphones, right? But the thing is, well, let's first say the positive things. I really like them because they not only provide like this blocking out of noise, because they're noise canceling depending on where you are and what the outside noise background is. They provide a counter noise, but you don't hear that noise, so it just sounds like everything is more silent. So I like that they're active in that sense. Like they're adding just another, it's really quite the impressive experience. I feel like the first time I wore them and went grocery shopping, and all the sounds of the people just talking and walking around, and then I switched them on and I was just like, no way. I like that. I'm very impressed by that and by the technology and everything. The thing is, you need to charge them, and I keep forgetting to do that for reasons unbeknownst to men and having nothing to do with my ADHD or whatever. And they're also quite heavy. They're completely entangled, but they have this thing on them where you can switch them on and off, and it's just, the entire cord is pretty heavy. Then there's also this part, and I'm not sure why, like what it does. Then also the earphones themselves, as you can see, they have like a little microphone thingy on the back. That's where they take in the outside audio information in order to produce counter noise. So just in general, while they do fit perfect in my ear, I would think, I have a hard time like not having them fall out. And then cords in general, problematic. That and the fact that you need to charge them. I just find myself not using them as often as I would want to, because I do actually appreciate what they do a lot. They work very well though, like it's a very nice thing, and I'm very impressed by the technology of it. But if you have to charge them, I'm like, oh, that's just not gonna happen, is it? Then I finally on Twitter saw a thread by, I think the account name is Save the Neurotypicals, and they made a thread where they wanted people to show themselves wearing ear defenders. So the thing construction workers wear, in my head. And I don't know why this didn't occur to me. I don't know, but for some reason it didn't occur to me that I could buy them. Then I saw people just wearing ear protection like that, and I was like, hold on a minute. And I went online that same day and bought me some ear defenders. Here they are. They're very compact, like you can put them together into a thing. And also, I don't know anything about ear defenders, obviously, so I just googled them and found ones I could order here in Switzerland, and I just ordered the first ones I could basically find. They look like this. Yeah, they're pretty small and light, and because they're collapsible, because you can put them together into this small package, they're really easy to carry and not heavy. When you wear them, let me show you. Okay, it sounds so weird. Okay, I don't know. Am I talking more loud or more less loud? More less loud. So there they go. I think they just look like headphones. What's nice about it, or about them, is that your ear goes into that like whole thing, so they surround your ear, even if you have big ears like me, and that's nice. So it's nothing goes into your ear, just like sitting on your head. I love them. When I wore them the first time, I kind of wanted to cry. Like, not that that's so special because I like crying and being sentimental about things. It provided a barrier between me and the sound of the world that or the sounds of the world that I hadn't experienced like that before, and all the while it also kind of provided a nice little hug around my head. I really like them. I noticed that when sitting in public transport, which, as I said, like with the doors opening and closing, which would usually be a thing, I would just go like this in the moment it would happen. I notice I'm more relaxed, like my body is less tense and less awaiting an attack, you know what I mean? I know this sounds dramatic. That provided a barrier between me and the world. So, okay, in the very quick research that I did, there is different levels. So for like very loud things, so if you actually are working on like very loud machinery or whatever, there's heavier stuff than this. This is just for not so loud things, and it's enough for me because I don't need total silence. I just sometimes need something between me and all of this. It doesn't have to be completely silent. It's just give me a little, you know, like a cushion between me and the noise. So that's enough for me. That's very nice. They're also much less expensive than noise cancelling headphones because they are just ear protection. They don't do anything, which is why they're called passive ear defenders. There's also active ones that I saw that provide some sort of noise cancellation. They are more expensive automatically, so I didn't go for those. And I also realized and expected that I wouldn't need the noise canceling aspect of it, and I was right because this is enough. So that's for now. I think that's my favorite version because yeah, I'm also less likely to lose this compared to the little things. So that's noise. And another thing, I don't know about you, but I like to not talk to people. Like sometimes when my thing is that I'm right now sitting in public transport and going to work or whatever, I'm just not in my talking to people role. So I like to not do that then. That doesn't mean I in general don't like talking to people. I do. But you know what I mean? So, and with these, it's pretty clear that you're like not, because the earplugs, people sometimes don't see them. Also, this kind of looks like headphones. So if, you know, wearing ear defenders makes you feel weird, then, or like exposed or something, then these just look like headphones, I feel like. And you can, which is also nice, wear them over headphones like I did earlier. So I could go like this and still listen to an audiobook or whatever. They do have, ouch, disadvantages, stuff like that. Sorry, the light is going. Let's move a little closer. They are just very, like my hair is getting stuck in these things, and because obviously their job is to hold on tight to your head, they do that. And I have a big-ish head, so they actually might be too tight for me. I find that there's like one perfect position to have them in on your head where they don't feel too tight. It's also with the glasses. I have these ones with a very thin frame thing. If you have glasses with a bigger thing here, that might be a problem because that's exactly where they push onto your head. I find the best way to wear them for me right now was to, should I put on light? Does that work or does that not work? That works for now. Okay, the best way to wear them was with contact lenses and no earrings, because all of that just adds things that it pushes onto your head. That's what makes it not so perfect. Maybe you will have to look for one that truly fits you and doesn't hurt, because I'm also very sensitive to headaches and like things pushing onto my head and then me getting a headache or being in dry air for like 5 minutes and being like, oh my god, I have a headache. It's a bit of an art to position them in the right way. Do you want this thing to be right there or like maybe here? So yeah, that's kind of a process, but I really love them so far. And I just, because they're very light, I just bring them with me wherever I go, and whenever I notice a sound starting that would just make me angry, because listen, not only does this kind of, it feels invasive or whatever in my space, I honestly, if I don't know how else to say it, I want to figure out a way to describe it, but it's kind of hard, but it also just makes me angry and irritable as fuck. That helps not only me but everyone around me. I really appreciate them, and I'm so glad I saw this thread on Twitter, because that thread single-handedly not just like planted that idea finally in my head where it belonged, but also just normalized this. I just didn't realize that I could just order them and wear them. I don't know why. I don't know. Now it seems obvious, but I just didn't. It just sometimes it takes a little Twitter. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna go out now and wear them. Also, what's good is because they don't just draw everything out. They don't just make all things silent around you. While I advise you to be careful in traffic when you like walk and there's cars and stuff, please open the eyes and make sure you're careful. But also, it's not like they make all noises go away. And I mean, I would say like I could even have a conversation with having these on. But yeah, I do even prefer them over the noise cancelling headphones just because I don't have to charge them. I want to add something because editing me always has something to say, and that would be something that I realized also when wearing the ear defenders. I noticed that I preferred wearing the ear defenders even over listening to something as I was outside. And I used to think that I just always needed some sort of stimulation, and that's why I always was listening to an audiobook. But I think what I was doing, at least sometimes, I wasn't trying to actually listen to something. I was just trying to put something over the noise that was coming in from outside. That was also kind of an attempt to make everything else go away or have this kind of barrier between me and the noise from outside, because I don't think I always need to listen to something. I like silence. I just preferred listening to something, one thing only, that I decided what it was over having to hear everything that was coming my way. I find that really interesting too. Again, something that I was just sure that I needed to listen to something all the time. That was all I wanted to say, and yet it took me 25 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for bearing with me as I record stuff on my laptop, but that's so much easier and nicer for me, and I think that would make me upload more videos. Also, the thing is, like, seeing myself as I record makes it less awkward. So I'm gonna think about that for a second. But okay. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you wear ear defenders or noise cancelling headphones, and if yes, why. And if you have a better description of why these sounds are annoying to us, maybe, then let me know, because it's kind of hard to describe for people that don't like have that. Yeah, okay.